Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Oh, hey guys, and happy Saturday. I hope everybody had a great week last week and is having the start to a wonderful weekend. As you can tell, I'm not congested. My nose is running and I don't feel great. I'm still trying to be like, I don't think I'm sick. I don't think I'm sick. I don't know. I don't feel great. So maybe I am a little sick. And that right there has gotten me in the last 2 days. I just felt between the nose and feeling like a little rundown. It was kind of affecting my mental attitude. So when that's the case, I don't feel like doing anything, like absolutely nothing at all. So that's why you didn't get any videos from me. And yeah, I'm not going to edit this out because that's just me right now. So if you get, as usual, if you get any jump cuts, it's not like I'm trying to hide anything from you guys. It's that maybe I just had to cough and I didn't want to do it like right in the camera. So camera, I mean film. I mean phone. So let's get into it. I watched Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I finally made it through Real Housewives of New York. So we're going to talk about Salt Lake City now. Then in my next video, you're getting two today. We are going to, we're going to break down New York City. I did try to curl my hair today. I curled my hair and I put on a little bit of makeup. The makeup isn't like full coverage, obviously. It's like some kind of like a dewy. So there we go. I sound like this, I look like this, but I'm dewy. So let's get into Salt Lake City. Okay, so they started off the day after the boat ride, you know, where Bronwyn told us about Todd cheating. So we start off and it turns out Lisa lets us know that the previous night Bronwyn went to her room and to tell her like, hey, listen, I was part of a conversation with like Heather, Angie, and Whitney. And I guess she felt bad for what she said. So she went to like confess it. I'm going to tell you, I love Bronwyn. You know that. I do. But I felt like this was just shitty because those three women were there for you when you needed them. And the big thing was like Heather, who didn't like her from the beginning, was there like offering her sympathy and compassion and like, you know, just listening to her and being there for her. And even like Whitney and Angie, who just like the day before she went to the room was like, I can't believe I'm stuck with you guys. What the hell? Why do I have to be stuck with you guys? They were there for her. So I thought that was shitty. To me, it felt like Bronwyn was like, oh, here's my chance to maybe get back in the good graces of Lisa. I don't understand why she would want to be in the good graces of Lisa. Anyways, and then Meredith talks to Heather. She's kind of weirded out by like Brittany's behavior towards her and keeps like kind of asking her questions that would intimate that she thinks that Meredith has like an eating disorder or is unstable or something like that. And listen, then we're going to get to the ridiculousness later of what she really thinks is going on. So the ladies get on the Sprinter van, and you know, anytime there's a Sprinter van, you know there's going to be some ish. You know there's going to be some shit going on. So Lisa brings up this conversation that she had with Bronwyn. They're in the middle, they're getting everything out, they're yelling, and then Angie says, are you recording? Are you recording this? This is where they left it off the week before. They were like, we were all like, who is it? Is it Whitney? Is it Brittany? And we find out, shit, it's Brittany. Brittany, because she was like, Brittany, hold on a second, everybody. Brittany, are you recording this? Oh, listen. The ladies are worried that she's going to be, the ladies are upset because they're worried she's going to be sharing this. But listen, I'm going to tell you this much. That camera angle that they had for Meredith of her flipping out was, thank you to the producers for doing that. Because listen, there is no better person that crashes out immediately like Meredith Marks, okay? Meredith, first of all, screaming, you can get out of where? It's a van, it's currently moving. Where is she gonna go? I mean, are you gonna open the door and she's gonna tuck and roll? What's gonna happen? And then she's screaming, you're vile. But the funniest was when she was like, I had you in my house. I had you in my house. It's just, once again, Meredith crashing out, and that angle they filmed her at was just fucking hilarious. It will live in my brain rent-free for eternity. But Brittany, listen, Brittany changed that story 4 times, and nobody was buying it any of the times. Cause she was like, oh, I was trying to take a picture. And then, oh, well, my daughter got 100 on her math test. And then another time she had said, well, I deleted it. But then another time she said that she was just going to save them all up for later. For what? For where? I don't think she would send them out to any place. But I think she would maybe send it to like Jared Joel, who, if you haven't seen, she has 75, like, listen, I follow her on, what is it? On Instagram, I think. She introduced it like 25 times, announcing this is my boyfriend, Jared Joel. She used that soundbite from Wicked, where it's like, attention, attention, with like Ariana Grande or something. Anyways, I would think she would just send them being like, listen to what these people were doing. Now, here's the thing. She was like, I was recording the back of my seat. I was trying to flip it around. First of all, why are you recording the back of your seat? Who records the back of the seat? I'm going to tell you a little story. Whenever I would take the bus into Pittsburgh to commute like every day for my job, I sometimes, if there was shit going on the bus and I didn't want people to see that I was recording them because it was some crazy shit that was being said, I would do that. I would just like record the back of the seat. Did I send it anywhere? No, but I would save it to like either when I come home and I'd be like, listen to this. And to my mom, my mom don't know nobody. And it didn't go anywhere, and I would just like delete it. Seriously. That's what you do. That's what she was doing. So everybody's screaming at her, and they finally get to where they're going. She gets out. She's hyperventilating because it was like a lot. It was a lot screaming, screaming at her. So she's there. Whitney goes over and she's telling her, calm down. Whitney's telling her, just calm down, take it easy. And Whitney talking in her one-on-one. Now listen, Whitney to me sometimes isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm with her on this. Brittany says that she couldn't figure out how to flip the camera from like recording to a picture, but she can delete a deleted video in like 3 seconds. something isn't adding up. And she talked to the producer, and the producer was like, well, you were recording the back of the seat for more than a second. She was like, I wasn't though. And then they played it back. She was recording for like 24 seconds. She knows she was recording. She was just caught. She was caught. And thankfully for Bronwyn, Angie noticed that this was happening, because otherwise that whole ride would have been about this conversation that she had with Lisa. But at first I thought that the reaction was like, it was a bit much, because I thought, well, I mean, you're already being recorded. I mean, you're being filmed by Bravo, by Shed Media, or whoever it is. So why? But then I understand, like, they just went through this whole thing with Monica of like her turning out being reality Von Teese. And so now they're like on guard, you know, that maybe she's going to do something like that. You know, I completely get it. So the ladies get to where they're going, and where they're going is they're doing ATV rides. So the ladies drive through the forest. They drive up over this old rickety bridge. I'm going to tell you, no, thank you. I would just wait in the Sprinter van. And then they walk down these steps, like a million steps. I'm with a million steps. I'm with Mary. I couldn't, my knees couldn't have done any of that. I would have just been sitting in the van. And then they get to this pond. I didn't even think that lake or that pond was even that beautiful, if I'm being honest. But listen, so some of them walk up this cliff and then jump off. Then Mary's commentary was fucking killing me, because the one where she said, good luck with your diarrhea throwing up when you jump in there. Seriously. And she said something like, enjoy that jump, Brittany. Next time will probably be when you're on a plane. This is my tea. It's the lemon with honey. Oh, I need a little bit more sweetener in that. Okay. She is killing me, but she was really up there, like just acting like ain't nothing just happened. She was like off in her land of jumping off cliffs and rainbows and sunshine and unicorns and stuff. So she can transition to that pretty good. The ladies eventually, they get back to, they go somewhere, they have lunch, and the ladies bring up what Brittany just did. Once again, those ladies ain't buying any version of any story that she is selling, especially Meredith. Even at the end, when she's like, Brittany's like, I'm so sorry, Meredith, and this and that. And she's like, next, I don't believe you. Move it on. So listen, they're talking about this. Here comes the tears from Brittany. And then she got to come up with a story. Then there's a story that she needs to tell. There is something I have been hiding. I've been holding inside of me. And I haven't told you the true story. And it's getting... Oh, it's like it's something inside of me that I've been holding. And it's so terrible that it's going to make you forget about me. Just totally destroying trust. It's the fact that I was like, uh-oh, what is it? Well, what I've been hiding is that me and Jared Joel, we do have an intimate relationship. We was living together. Listen, Mary's reaction of, girl, is that it? That's it. She come out and says that she has a physical relationship with this man. Angie was like, well, I'm glad you came out and said it, because in confessional, I'm glad you said it, because he'd been having physical relationships with half of Salt Lake City. So I'm glad you got in on it. But Mary's reaction is exactly what mine would have been. What? Girl, we all knew that. Everybody knew that. A man doesn't give you crotchless underwear. I don't want to say panties, because for some reason, the word panties skeeves me out. Ain't no man could be giving you crotchless underwear. if you're not getting something. I'm not talking about emotional support or friendship. Okay? If that man's giving you underwear to free your fish taco, then if you're not getting it, then he wants to get it. So seriously, and also, what does any of this have to do with that recording? Okay, nothing. And she comes out and she's like, I've never said this out loud because it's not acceptable in the Mormon community. And now this is going to change my life forever. This is going to change my life forever. So why did you say this on national TV? If it's going to change your whole life forever, you're going to put this out on national TV then? Why wouldn't you just hold it in? For the love. If you're so nervous about that, then why did you say that? Whitney, once again, I'm going to tell you, Whitney is not always the sharpest, but listen, she was like, what do you think people were already thinking when you're out here drinking and you're wearing red lingerie dresses out and about? And she's like, oh my God, what did I do? You're pissed at Angie for bringing a bottle of wine to your Mormon get-together, and you're so upset with how that's going to look. But here you are drinking on the regs, wearing some red old slip dress for lingerie. Ugh, I can't. I just can't. No. So everybody rallied around her and was like, it's terrible that they shame you into that. And I don't understand. Listen, if anybody is in the Mormon religion, good on you. But after hearing these women and other women and women talk on real secret lives of Mormon wives, I don't know how any woman would be okay with being in that. I couldn't be in it. And so everybody's okay. Except for Meredith. Meredith is still like, no, thank you. Okay, I'm going to say it, and I'll say this. I'll say it a million times. I absolutely adore Mary and Angie's friendship. I love, the safeness that Mary has there. I hope I'm wrong, but it looks like in next week's, they might have edited this, but it looks like almost like Mary is saying something not so great to Angie, like you broke my trust or something. I hope that's not the case. I really don't. I really hope that's not the case. I love their friendship. So Meredith and Heather are talking. Meredith was like, listen, when Brittany said that she heard me throwing up, that wasn't what it was. I was talking to my husband and I had a coughing attack. But if Brittany could hear me coughing, then she could probably hear my discussion with my husband. And then she comes up on the thought that maybe Brittany left like a listening device. So she's thinking Brittany bugged her room. And all of a sudden, wait a minute. Heather, this is the dream of life. Heather stepped in. Heather's like, okay, we're going to fancy Drew this. We're going to get on this. And she sure enough did. Meredith must really believe in this because Heather Gay had Meredith Marks on all fours looking for bugging devices, listening devices in this room. I kept saying Brittany because you thinking Brittany would be the one smart enough to plant a listening device somewhere. I mean, somewhere, when I say plant it, I mean plant it really good. Brittany, they didn't find anything, and they ain't gonna find anything because that's you reaching now. So they go to dinner. They all go to dinner. Gorgeous. It's a gorgeous overlook and everything. Lisa's like, I would just like dinner to be had in peace and elegance. That would never happen. Okay. on any Housewives show. It was all good until like Angie brought up Bronwyn going over and talking to Lisa. She was like, and I'm going to tell you once again, I love Bronwyn, but I'm with Whitney and Lisa. I'm with Whitney and Lisa, or Whitney and Angie on this one. To me, she was like, you threw us under the bus. It feels like you felt guilty about what you said, and then you waited till the two of us were gone, and then you run up to Lisa and you spin this tale. Bronwyn's like, that's not what happened. I told her that I was saying this, and I felt like she sided with Todd. I'm gonna tell you, to me, I agree with Whitney and Angie. She ran up. I feel like Bronwyn did go to Lisa because she was like, listen, this is my way to get back in good with Lisa. So that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like she threw all three of them under the bus. Heather, Angie, and Whitney. And I love Bronwyn, but that was two-faced. I feel like that was two-faced. I hate to say it. I love Bronwyn, but that was. So we're talking about that, but then here comes Meredith. Meredith then brings up this conspiracy theory that Brittany was bugging her room. And I'm going to tell you, those women could barely contain themselves from laughing. Whitney didn't. Whitney laughed. You could see Heather was like kind of like rolling her eyes like, what? And even Lisa looked like she wanted to just laugh. Like it's crazy. And Mary coming in with like, this doesn't make any sense. Why would she bug Meredith's room? Meredith is boring. If I wanted to listen to what she was talking about, I would fall asleep, but she's not wrong. So on the way back, they take two different golf carts, and Heather and Meredith were talking about like what Meredith had said to Bronwyn on the boat. And Heather then had brought up the term emotional affairs in regards to talking about like Meredith and her husband's, what's his name? Seth? Is it Seth? Yeah, it's Seth. Like an emotional affair. And that's where Meredith went clean off. Meredith blew up. Meredith went all the way off. Because Meredith was like, she thought maybe when she brought something up that she was helping Bronwyn. So now she feels like that is being weaponized against her. So they get home and she's like, she said to Lisa, don't tell them anything. Don't share anything with them. Who knows? Maybe they bought your room. Don't share anything with them. I'm going to tell you. The realest part of that was when Meredith screamed out, and they're probably listening right now. And Whitney was at the door and then got busted and just kind of ran away. Yep, that when I could run quickly or walk quickly away, that was me. That's me being Debbie and running away. So we're going to see next week. Next week is the season finale. And oh my God. No, it went too quickly. But then we do also have a three-part reunion. So we still have like a month left, which is okay, because then it'll run up into it'll overlap with like The Bachelor. So I know, completely different series. But anyways, in the comments, let me know what you thought about this week's Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And if nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard, please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world so it comes right back at you. Please take care of one another. Always be aware of your surroundings, be smart and safe, hydrate often with water. And if you're in a dangerous situation, please know that Dolly and I are sending our love, thoughts, and prayers and positive energy. And on that note, also please, everybody send your prayers and positive energy out to everyone on the West Coast in California. It's an absolutely horrific situation. Please send them some love and prayers. I love you guys, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.